Hey guys, back with another video, just showing you a quick timing setup on a 1.4 liter Chevy Cruze, Chev Trax. This one's a 2014 that I'm working on, 1.4 liter. If it looks like this, that's what if it has that like that, that's the timing chain cover. I'm working on this one, taking it all apart. I'm having trouble with my tensioner and stuff, so I'm replacing everything, putting on all the new gear for the timing chain setup. But anyway, on the timing, this was a tough one for me. When I first took it apart, jumped the chain, my cam went all over the place and whatnot, and I had to do a lot of research and actually go look at another engine and copy how that engine was in timed. And luckily I found one that was all apart and the timing was still set on it. But what I learned was, before you start taking your chain apart, you want to put something across your two cam sprockets, or not your cam sprockets, but your cams anyway, whatever they are. You want to put something across the back. And you want them lined up like that. The thing is, if your cams are spun around the other way, that won't fit across. Those slots will be down below the top of your heads. So what you want to do is you want to turn it, before you take the timing chain apart, turn it at the bottom with a wrench. Turn that nut there. I already took the pulley off and everything, but turn that until you line up your crank pulley with this. If you look on here, on your timing chain cover, you'll see a little slot right there. It's like a little piece, a little marking there. And then when your sprocket or your pulley is in place, before you take it, even before you take this off to get at your timing chain, you could see your timing chain. If your timing chain hasn't jumped and everything is in a line, before you start taking it apart, turn this while it's all installed and line up that dot with that little notch there that you see, and get that lined up first if you can, if your timing chain didn't jump. But if it did jump, what you're going to have to do is take it all apart. You could also do this if right from scratch too. It's pretty simple. So what you do is you just line up those two. Then that'll put you at your number one. Piston will be up, which is right there. That'll be top dead center. And then you take these two sprockets and spin them around. As long as you don't upset these things right here, don't take that bolt off, but you could spin these around. Grab them with a wrench right here. I can't remember what the size is, but you grab them with the wrench here and spin them around until that is up, and you could lock it in place, both of them. And then you have your top two cams in line, and then when you have that, your bottom crank lined up with the pulley like that, you're all set up. You could put your chain back on. But before, again, if you can do it, if your timing's all good and you can do it and put that piece across, you're good to go with your timing. After, as long as you line up your bottom crank, your crank pulley, with that mark on your timing chain cover. I had to go, and like at points I would have to, like if I lost my top dead center, that line up with that hole in that notch, I would have to put the timing chain cover on, put the pulley on, turn it until I got it lined up after I had these locked in place. And then I put the chain on, made sure nothing jumped, made sure that didn't move down there, and I put the chain on, put everything together, and then it fired up right away. Because these do not have notches, as you can tell. You'll find out that these don't have no timing marks, nothing on them. And yeah, and that's how I set the timing on it. If you have trouble, if you can luck out, what I had trouble was with these at one point where I took the bolt off of these. Do not take these apart if you don't have to. The bolts on these, I took them off and I moved these after. And if you move those, that's going to throw off your timing too. Your car won't start or whatever. You got to make sure these are lined up right. Couldn't find any research on how to get them on, how to have them in the right position. What I had to do again, like I said before, I had the engine that was taken apart. The timing was all good on it. So what I did was I went and took a picture of it and the positions of these things while I had these locked in place. And I just moved those to what my picture position showed, and then it worked like a charm. It started right up, everything was fine, and then yeah, it was good. But then I had trouble with the timing, my timing tensioner and stuff like that, so I had to go back in and replace all the timing stuff. But yeah, that's how you set the timing on a 1.4 Chevy Trax, Chev Cruze. This is a 2014. If you have any trouble, hope you can find out some more information online. It's pretty tough. There's not much out there for this, but yeah. If you have any questions, comment. Let me know what's going on. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.